EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Clap for them, guys. Come on.
You have time to shower.
No, sorry guys.
Check out those 6 sneakers. Anybody get a pair yet? Oh,
Well, they're not available yet. So.
Well, we had a thing at the mall the other day. Hey. All right.
Oh, how's it going, guys? What a pay-per-view, huh?
You guys have a good time? What a great show, huh?
5
Where's the
years.
energy at? You guys are like falling asleep. We didn't just have a 5-hour show or anything, right? Any questions? Oh, you in the back, Renee. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Congratulations on the win tonight. How are we feeling after this anarchy in the arena?
Terrible. Look at my
How
brother's
are we
face.
feeling? Jeez. I still look bloody, right?
Yeah,
So
very.
I haven't even had time to shower, but that shows you that we care about this business so much that instead of cleaning myself, I went and got into my suit and came here and did this press conference because I care about you guys so damn much.
Good EVP. You know, we've been here since 9:30 a.m. God, we landed. Well, I flew private yesterday. I landed like at 9, and I haven't slept. These pay-per-view weekends are exhausting, demanding. There's rehearsals, there's interviews, there's pop-ins at the mall, and then there's anarchy in the arena. So just an exhausting day, but coming off of a big W for us for Team Elite, so it feels good.
It feels pretty good, right?
I've got good match syndrome. I feel good about 5 years. It's crazy walking these halls. You weren't there, Renee, in the beginning, but
No.
we were. I don't know if anybody in this room was either. We certainly were. But 5 years ago, we started this company called AEW. We designed the logo. We created the entire thing.
We named the show.
In a group chat with Tony Khan. It was our idea. And it's just cool to come back here and just feel that presence, feel that nostalgia, you know, and I've seen a lot of familiar faces, some people that aren't around all the time. What we've accomplished here at AEW, it is. I said this in an interview recently. It's unprecedented. I feel like there's a lot of ungrateful folks, some people in this room, some people in the locker room, a lot of people in the, out there tonight. What we've done in 5 years, no other company, no other wrestling company certainly has ever done. And I think that sometimes you gotta stop and you gotta smell the roses and go, look at what we've done. Look at the pay-per-views we've had. Look at the in-ring matches that we've had. This is unbelievable.
It's time to pat yourself on the back there.
I'm working up a sweat because I'm just really excited. And my heart rate's still. I just wrestled 20 minutes ago, too. But
I think you answered that question.
Any other? Renee, again, you look beautiful. By the way, how's the family?
Oh, really great.
That's
Thanks so
great.
much,
Go ahead
guys.
and shoot your question.
Okay. We can see the bloody thumbtack Reeboks shoes.
Wow.
Can you talk to us about the new shoe? Congratulations on the debut. I know they sold out. The design of the shoes, all the information.
Yeah, it was always a dream to have our own Reebok pump. Back in elementary school, you either had an Air Jordan or you had a pump. And it's humbling. It's one of those bucket list things. It's like we get to this point in our life and our career where it's like, is there anything left? And this is certainly it. And getting a company like Reebok, a major shoe company like Reebok, this is
big deal.
It's a
But
big deal
I'm
for
going to
us.
correct you, Renee. They haven't sold out yet. They sold out
bad.
at the mall.
That's what I
That
meant
day,
at
yep.
the mall.
They go on sale Monday morning.
That's tomorrow. It's tomorrow morning.
Lord, is that tomorrow?
It's tomorrow.
Oh,
It's been a
It's in
whirlwind.
a few hours.
We're so proud though, guys. And actually, we used them tonight. There's a few.
Yeah.
There's some blood right here from.
And we completely
Smarties.
designed the entire shoe, so we're very proud of what we've done and what we've accomplished here. And it's just God is good.
And Pump to Kick. Don't forget. I don't know if you can even hear that.
I can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or did
pretty-
you make that sound effect?
No, that was the shoe that did that.
It's pretty badass.
But these drop tomorrow at champsports.com. There's only going to be one run of these things. So I guess you could say that it's a limited edition. So you're going to want to grab these things when they drop tomorrow morning. God, again, this is one of those things that I'm trying not to smile and I'm trying to be more of a jerk right now, but I can't. I can't hide it. This is amazing. Very exciting.
And you know what? We actually came here with gifts.
We did.
Not the shoe.
We
'cause
did.
That's a little too
Well,
expensive.
you can put these on the shoes.
But yeah,
though,
right. Let's show you guys here.
This is actually this is the brilliant minds from WBD. This is a Warner idea. They said, you know what, we have this new thing. It's the first of its kind. It's
called a shoe belt.
It's called a shoe belt.
So it actually
show them how you do it.
Attaches from here.
Uh-huh.
You put the laces inside here and there, and then you lace it up. And it looks pretty damn cool, actually. So we actually have a few to give out. To
is anybody here a
anyone
champion
here
in real life?
Yeah.
No, probably not, right? But you can.
Yeah.
When you have your own shoe belt. Can we hand? Where's Amanda at? Is she here? Can you hand a couple of these out?
Yeah.
You know what? I just recently followed you on social media.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So let's give her one of those. Anyway,
very
there
cool.
We go. Is that, anybody else like a shoe?
Oh,
wait,
hang on.
on.
This guy's got our shoe
got the
on.
sneaker. He needs one.
He earned one.
He needs one.
He earned one.
Yeah.
Anyone else interested in this cool? Let's see.
Amanda, you pick one.
Yeah, Amanda, you. Let's put the pressure on you, Amanda.
What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, geez, pressure.
Pressure's on.
Hand them out. Hand them out.
How many do you have?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That guy's got a cool shirt right here. You want one right there? Kind of looks like.
Here, you want me? I'll
like
take
what you got on, Matthew. Yeah. Hey, I see our agent Barry in the back. He might want one.
Oh, Barry Bloom. Barry Bloom, do you have any questions? Actually, I would love to hear a question from Barry Bloom.
Oh my goodness.
It's tough, man, when you're so good at this. We've been doing this for 20 years, and it's just really hard to top yourselves. So sometimes, you know, you got to do something crazy like suspend someone by their feet up above the ring and have a Reebok bump and kick him in his face. Seriously though, it's tough. We have a very huge catalog of matches that some of you probably graciously have seen. We've wrestled all over the world in different companies. And we're very proud of that catalog of matches. So it is hard. But we thrive on that now, Barry. You know this. We're at a point now where like it feels good and it's a little bit better when it is a little competitive. When it's like, what do I have to do? I like to test myself, and I know Nicholas likes to test himself too. So when you on a 4 or 5 hour show like this, and it feels like, God, what is there even left to do? Everything in the world's been done. I like being put in those situations now. Could we get the crowd back? That excites me. You know, that makes it fun again. I don't know if you want to add to
that. Yeah, on that note, we're in Las Vegas, and I have an addiction to slot machines, so we're gonna get out of here.
And also, we're $200,000 in the hole when Brian Danielson played that damn song. Yeah. So we gotta probably.
I gotta earn back on the slots tonight.
So let's go get it back at the slot machines, the high limit.
Thanks, guys. Keep the energy up for everyone else.
Sneaker, for God's sake.
Is there 2 more belts?
Oh, yeah. He wants a belt right there. Yeah. Can you hand him one right there? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we can't. We can't. Yeah, we cannot do that. Okay, so. Okay, Renee,
guys,
we love you to death.
Thank you so much for your time. Love you guys. Thank you for the job. Thank you. Congratulations on 5 years.
Thanks.
Here with Double or Nothing. Congrats.
Cheers.
That's great. Tell John hello, okay?
And keep smiling a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anybody want the sneaker with the freaking thumbtacks?
Are you kidding me? We could eBay that.
That's fine. You can get it. Sure. Behind you. Yeah. There's blood. There's some DNA on there.
You know what? You didn't get a belt. You didn't get a belt. I'll give you my pair.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, shoot. Thank you, guys. It's been 5 amazing years. Seriously, let's do another 25, and then I'll retire. And then
25? Are you kidding me?
I got it.
Thanks, guys.
I need stairs on this side. I have to heave ho up here. All right, moving on here with our Double or Nothing segment here with you guys. Please welcome our CEO, president of AEW, Tony Khan, as well as the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tanahashi. Yay!
I brought some backup.
I see this.
Hey, everyone. I brought some backup to the scrum today. I just wanted to bring the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Tanahashi-san, one of the great champions in wrestling. We're very blessed to have him here in Las Vegas for this weekend. Was not the result I was hoping for at the end of the pay-per-view, but definitely very excited about AEW's 5-year anniversary. And I'm honored as we approach Forbidden Door 2024 to be sitting here with the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Thank you, Tanahashi-san.
Thank you.
Doitashimaste, my friend.
I was inspired in the today's show. Yeah. We know there are many talented young wrestlers in New Japan Pro Wrestling too. We will make New Japan Pro Wrestling bigger and stronger. In near future, all single match New Japan Pro Wrestling versus AEW とかね。
Yeah, let's
In
go.
My opinion.
Let's go.
In my dream. ね。
I think it would be
Yeah.
great. I would love that. And I love having the support of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I agree that New Japan Pro Wrestling is great. And I think one thing we all want is the best for New Japan. And I wanted to thank you for coming in to AEW yesterday for Collision and today.
Yes.
Thank you for standing up for AEW, and thank you for doing the match on our behalf yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanahashi-san. Any questions for myself or Tanahashi-san?
Hello, Tony. Keith Elliott Greenberg with Inside the Ropes magazine. Obviously, this is a historic occasion. And if you could time travel back to 2019 and meet a younger and arguably more innocent and idealistic Tony Khan, what would be your cautionary advice?
What's great question. I think it would be, first of all, I'd say to myself, looking back 5 years, get ready for something crazy to happen in about 8 months, which would be the lockdown, and get ready for things to change, and then get ready to do a whole different kind of wrestling for over a year. It's crazy to think that we've been around for 5 years and we spent over a year of it in lockdown. And I thought that we went into it really, really well. And it was not something we prepared for, but I thought we handled it really well. And that was probably the biggest change of all. But it's a business where things happen all the time. You know, I love working with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And it was a surprise going into this pay-per-view when Eddie Kingston got injured wrestling and defending the New Japan Strong Championship. And we all really wanted Eddie to be a part of Team AEW, but you know, we have to be ready to make changes. And I think definitely the pandemic era was where we started really having to make changes on the fly and doing the best we can. And I think Darby was the best possible replacement we could have gotten for Team AEW. A lot of people stood up for AEW, including the mystery partner I flew in for yesterday, Tanahashi-san. And that result was probably a little better for AEW than the Anarchy in the Arena. But I definitely think so many great things have happened to us. You know, when we started AEW, we had no relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and we were not partners. And there was a few years of fighting and struggling as a company before this partnership began. And it's just been fantastic. And I'm really blessed to be sitting here with President Tanahashi.
And we're going to keep the floor open to Tony and to Tanahashi towards the end as well. We're going to bring in our next guest.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Great. All right, guys, let's give it up. We've got our new TBS champion, Mercedes Mone.
Fantastic. Congratulations, champ.
Hi. Huge congratulations to you. Now you've got the TBS championship over your shoulder on display. How did it feel to finally step in and make your in-ring debut tonight with AEW?
Okay, let me set this up.
Let me do that for you, champ.
Okay. Wow. How did it finally feel after a year of being away from something that I've loved since I was a little girl? Wrestling has not only changed my life, but saved my life. And coming here to AEW has saved my life, Tony. It's given me new hopes, new dreams, new chances, new opportunities. And tonight, being here in AEW, celebrating 5 years of AEW, being here with Willow, who is legit one of the greatest women's I've ever stepped into the ring with. Like, wow. And I've been doing this for 14 years, and she is legit one of the best. Amazing. Renee, to answer your question, it feels so incredible. I've been waiting for this moment really ever since I got signed to AEW, but really for the past 2 years of not knowing where I was going to be, what was going to happen after leaving WWE, what was going to be next for me. Because a lot of times in wrestling, people think WWE is the only place. And I think tonight we showed the wrestling world that it's not the only place. AEW is where the best wrestle. And we had the greatest show tonight, celebrating 5 years of this incredible company where we cannot be denied. And we are just going to show wrestling fans around the world that this is the place to celebrate wrestling, because this is the best place to be. So it feels amazing, Renee.
Love it. Let's open up the floor to media. Any questions you guys have for Mercedes?
Hi, Mercedes. Corey Lieb with the Wrestling Observer. You mentioned in an interview earlier this week that you were cleared at least for contact in December. Was there a reason that we waited until this show to kind of get you back into the loop? And obviously, you did do some training in Mexico and other places. Was that the plan in regards to your comeback?
Well, me and Tony have been talking for a very long time. So people don't even actually know when I got signed to AEW. The beginning of the year, we've talked, signed the deal, made it happen. And we were really talking about when was the perfect place and time for me to debut in the ring. We knew March 13th was going to be amazing in the Boston Garden. When Tony called me, he said, I have the perfect place for you to debut. Boston, baby. I was like, Tony, you are just speaking my language. You are just speaking the money. And then he said, we are celebrating AEW's 5-year anniversary here in Las Vegas for Double or Nothing. Can you wait? I said, bitch, I've been waiting for a whole year. Of course I can wait. I'm patient. So this is the perfect place, the grandest place that I can make my in-ring debut. And as you can see, money changes everything. Thank you.
Hi, Mercedes. My name is Amber Nicole. I'm from bodyslam.net. I just wanted to ask you, you've done so much all over the world, from your start in chaotic wrestling in Boston to winning all these championships. And what would you say to the little girl that looks up to you and says, I could do it, I think, but everyone keeps telling me I can't? What would you say to her?
I would say, you're not asking my little girl, right? It's just any little girl. I would tell any little girl, just look at women's wrestling and look at how far we've come in the past 5 years. We can go back even maybe 10 years. And just now, this year. And I would tell them, if I can do it, you can do it too. I was that little girl that people didn't believe in, that said that I was too small, that I would not make it into wrestling, that I would be absolutely nothing, and that I would just be a good hand. I would never be a champion. And now here I am, the TBS Women's Champion, the face of TBS. So I would just tell them, if Mercedes Mone can do it, then absolutely you can do it too.
Question right here.
Hey, Mercedes. Caden Lee, Wrestle Purists. I'm sure you have some unfinished business in Japan after your run over there got cut short in May 2023. Is there anybody in Japan who you would like to defend your TBS championship against?
I mean, June 30th, we have Forbidden Door just right around the corner, Tony. Yeah. So I don't know. Tanahashi-san,
Yes.
Do you have any good opponents for me in New Japan and Stardom? You think about that, right? You call Tony, and Tony will call me.
I got you.
And Money Khan, we'll just collaborate and choose the best opponent for June 30th at Forbidden Door.
I love it.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ah, yes, Sugoi.
We'll take one more question for Mercedes.
Good evening, everybody on stage. Harry Ruiz from Raider Nation Radio. Tony, Mercedes, this one's for you guys. You had one of the best shows of the year last year in El Paso, both in ring and the stands. Are you guys interested on returning to El Paso? And Mercedes, I know that Eddie
Yes.
Guerrero was your idol. How important would it be for you to have your first ever televised match in that city in case you guys return, because you've only done house shows over there?
That's a great question. We had a great show in El Paso. I would love to go back. And I think the Texas fans have been some of the best AEW fans. It's a huge, huge state. Texas covers a lot of ground, a lot of history in pro wrestling, but a lot of physical land. So we've done shows all over Texas. And I think it's been one of our best states, one of the best places we visited. And El Paso in particular was a super hot crowd. I would love to go. And Mercedes, I think it'd be great if you wrestled there.
I would love to go as well. As anybody knows about me, Eddie Guerrero is my absolute idol and hero. And I love every time I'm in El Paso because that airport is always just filled with wrestling fans. And they always give me memorabilia of Eddie Guerrero. So I appreciate that so much. So when we're there, I absolutely would love to defend my TBS championship there. Yes.
Mercedes, congratulations on
Thank
tonight.
you, Renee.
Congratulations on this championship. So happy to see you back and
Thank
healthy
you.
and doing your thing.
I would just like to say, since I am from Boston, I put the Boston. Congratulations, Celtics. I'll see you in the finals. I'll be sitting courtside, but I have to go celebrate at the Wynn Hotel. I'm gotta do it big, Tony. And you're
Congrats.
invited too.
Well,
so please show
congrats.
up to my after party.
Let's go.
I have a big cake because I am the new face of TBS. And I just want to say I love AEW. I love this place so much. It's so near and dear to my heart. And thank you so much, Tony Khan, for the opportunity and for letting me be here.
Thank you, champ.
Yes, thank
Let's
you.
go. Congratulations. Thank you.
You want some cake? Come to the party.
My man.
We go from one champion on to another. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our new international champion, Will Ospreay.
Let's go.
Do the dance.
CEO.
Sit down. Hey, hello, mate.
Hello, champ.
Right, it's flipping cold.
It is cold.
It
It is
is cold. I can't even get this on.
You're doing great.
I'm trying my hardest.
Doing great, champ.
Will, a huge congratulations to you.
Thank you, mate. You baby. Thumbs up.
Wow. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
A
Oh,
huge
nice.
hey,
Right.
buddy. Congrats on the championship. Your first title here in AEW. You're a man very familiar with having gold around your waist. What does this one mean to you?
Oh, just dead proud of it, man. Like, I mean, just not just being just a champion. It is like it's a look of responsibility as well. It's like it's setting a bar and it's setting a standard. So I'm generally looking forward to just seeing how my run can turn out, and I'm looking forward to just spreading my wings and seeing where I go.
Guys, the floor is yours. Anyone have questions for Will Ospreay?
Let's do it. Let's get weird.
Hi, Amy Nemedy from WrestleJoy. First, congratulations on your win. I
you.
was curious about you as international champion. We've seen, with the history of this title, we've seen Pac go to Rev Pro in the UK. Of course, you have history there. You also have history in New Japan. Might we see you have an international presence with the international championship?
I mean, I would like to do it just once again. Travel broadens the mind and travel broadens the spirit, and I think that could definitely bring back some type of lever, like prestige back to the championship for sure. I said it in a promo backstage. This championship was the inception of this championship was on Forbidden Door. That's right?
Yeah.
So to have that, this championship to me is the Forbidden Door. We have working relationships with CMLL. We have working relationships with New Japan Pro Wrestling. We have a working relationship with Stardom, but I don't think I'm allowed to wrestle the Stardom girls. But like, we allow our talent to do shows like Rev Pro, and we allow our talent to do shows like MCW over in Australia. What other companies do we let our talent go and do? Like, mate, there's so many. So for me, I would love nothing more than to put those working relationships to the test. And whoever their top guy is, I'd love to take them on, because I just believe that this is what the championship is all about. And if I can't go to there, I don't see there being no reason why they can't come to me. So that's just the thing. I'm dead excited. Thank you.
Questions?
Hi, Will. Mark Hoke from Mark Hoke Show.
What's up,
101.5
Mark?
FM. How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm live, boss.
Obviously, you came here a lot because AEW, because of the opportunity to be able to spend time with your family.
Yes.
And now you have this championship. Were you thinking about your family after you got this belt, and what this means to you and everybody around you?
I think about my family in every decision that I ever make. My family is the most important aspect of my life. And yeah, more time with my family was the main reason why I took this job, but also becoming one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. And I think a lot of people want to look past that. They want to hear the schedule, and they just think that I'm not working as hard. But like, if you can show me a wrestler that isn't working hard, is like working at the same levels as I am, like, be my fucking guest, bruv. Like, this is just the one thing that I'm like very stern upon and very like happy to say. Like, I've traveled all around the world, and just because I'm associated here for like a lighter schedule, mate, I'm opening the doors to any professional wrestler that was willing to step through the door and to try and take this championship off me. Because right now, for me, this championship has the lineage as kind of like the workhorse title, right? That's kind of like what everyone wants to call it. Well, it's in my hands. This title is the best wrestling title in the world. And if you think that you are the best wrestler in the world, then I dare you to step through that door. I've got the keys to that forbidden door, and it's very hard to knock through it.
Take one more question.
Well, congratulations on the championship win. Today it was announced that the winners of the Heart tournament are going to be challenging for the championships, the heavyweight championships in London and Wembley. Are you going to be pitching your name to potentially participate in it? Because it would be a huge thing
for the Owen
everybody.
Hart. Is that when the final is going to be for the Owen Hart?
No.
Wait, go on, say it.
I think the winner of the
Yeah, it was the finals in Calgary, and then the winner goes on to Wembley to challenge a world champion.
That's the
Owen Hart tournament. The winner of the Owen Hart tournament. The finals are in Calgary. That was what we announced. He was getting ready to wrestle.
Well, this is my thing as well, because a lot of people will see me just with this championship and think that this is just my main prerogative. And like, while I do say that, and I say this, I've said this backstage as well, I have no problem showing everybody that I can hold the door shut, and in the other hand, carry the weight of the world. So you guys can take that how you want it, but like, my whole thing is I've come in here, and how can you argue with this win-loss record that I've got going on? So for me now, if there is an opportunity for that world championship, I will be putting my name in that race, mate. Bless. All good?
Yep. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations. Go to Vegas and celebrate.
I got a steak dinner to go get.
Oh.
That's a plug. Thank you, Carl. All love in the world.
All the love to you, my friend.
It was lovely seeing you guys. I tried my hardest, man. It happens all the time. See you, sweet babe. Look after yourself.
See ya.
All right, see you guys later. Have a wonderful night in
bless
Vegas.
you.
I know I will be.
Everybody buckle up. It's now time for the AEW Women's Champion, Timeless Toni Storm.
Oh.
And Mariah May and Luther.
Excuse me. Oh, geez. Good to see you. Hey, I'll set that up for you. You just smash that one, champ.
Now, normally this is a time where I will read my prepared statement, but tonight I will not, because we all know what happened the last time. No, I've decided to take this time to read a passage from my new book. I'm looking for a publisher. It is entitled "A Storm is Coming," and it is a memoir of my life and career. And I would like to read a passage from my formative years, so do enjoy. As I finished sweeping the ring on that hot August night, I cherished taking my first step into this wacky little business. Suddenly, a shadowy figure appeared at the open barn doors, a physique at once both imposing and alluring. "Tony Storm, what the hell are you doing here?" said the breathy southern drawl. "Why, I'm training to become a wrestler," I replied, my throat quivering in anticipation. "Why, I am too," came the sly reply. I recognized that voice from the bar the other night. Before I could say another word, our lips and bodies embraced in what I can only describe as erotic chain wrestling. My ample bosom heaving, the nape of my neck sweating with invitation. Excuse me. Writhing, grinding, moaning, groaning. We hit the mat in what I can only describe as a boudoir battle royale. I separated those muscular thighs, glistening in what I would later find out was actually Vicks Vapor Rub. Where did I end? Where did I begin? Or maybe we had merged as one. Suddenly, I was flipped onto my back. The tides had turned and I realized why they called it a hot comeback. Was it minutes or was it hours? My watch had stopped working, but my hands were spinning. And then a blast of white light in a supernova of exaltation. My whole life flashed before my eyes. Not only my past in the coal mines, but my present and future too, including AEW, all in and all out, full gear, into the forbidden door, every match, every moment, including a sizable raise. And then it was over. I opened my eyes to see that no one was there. I sat up in a start. Did I dream at all? But then I saw that shadowy figure slink off into the woods. I called out, "I love you, Wendy Richter!" But I knew that I would never see her again. Thank you. Now, darlings, is there any questions? Because I would like to do the bit where I huff and walk away.
Tony, congrats on defending and retaining what is the longest current reigning championship in AEW. To use a baseball reference, what inning are we in?
Renee? Mr. Tanahashi? Tony.
Yes.
Ah! Come, Mariah, I know you're getting cold.
Scared her off.
Are we all okay after that? Do we need to take a deep breath? Do we need to take a moment? Anyone need a water? We good? Whew. All right, moving along here, guys. Give it up for our AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland.
Oh. There we go. There we go.
AEW World Champion.
Swerve, congratulations on tonight. A lot of the times we talk about what it means to become champion, but now what it means to, remain champion. You did that tonight. How does it feel to have that target on your back?
For me, it always feels good to silence doubt. Going in is some people are like, should we be invested in this? And that shows yeah, we should, not just in the main event in the world championship, but in Swerve. Invest in me because I'm not here to take. I'm here to give to All Elite Wrestling, and I'm here to give to the fan base. And I give my best every single time. And that's why this man is sending me the best. Don't ever doubt someone like Christian. You can't, because that man is a legend. That man is a competitor. He's been doing this since I was a kid and learning how to walk and watch television. That's how long this man's been doing that. And that's someone I got to compete with in that ring tonight, like y'all saw. And we had to throw down, and that it's going almost 30 minutes. That man is incredible, and he's conniving and he's manipulative. He showed you every reason why he's one of the best signings here in All Elite Wrestling, but I showed you why I'm the best signing in All Elite Wrestling by defeating him.
All right, floor is open for media.
Hey, Swerve. Corey Lieb with the Wrestling Observer. Now, we had a guest in the front row after the match. It looked like that was Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
I wanted to know how that came about. And then the other question I have for you was also about how, obviously, this is your first month as champion. You've been doing a lot of media in different places, kind of promoting the title. How are you feeling about that? And do you want to even go further, in regards to opening doors in different places, such as in the hip hop scene, as well as obviously here in AEW?
Yeah, well, Floyd has been a friend of ours, my man Flash Garments over here. He gets a free pass every time he comes to All Elite Wrestling because, once again, we're here to grow this company. We're here to bring something to All Elite Wrestling, not just take. We want to give, like, if we got opportunities, we have connections, we're going to bring them here every single time. And we want to blow this place up, and we want to be the catalyst of it. So that's how Floyd came through. We've actually been talking to Floyd for like 2 years now, his whole family trying to have him come through every time we're in Vegas. So finally he was like, all right, this is the day we pulling up. So he pulled up, made it to the match. We pulled out a banger in front of him. He's like, I'm in. So now we might have, money team like invested in this whole thing. That's goes to what you were asking about, like the culture and influence and bringing that kind of stuff in. It's like, it feels natural. It's not like a really forced thing. It's just like, I'm just being me. And we're just like, hey, I know some people, you know some people, let's just be us on camera. We just turn this volume up a little bit, be a little more colorful. But at the end of the day, you still got to perform and still got to put out bangers. And you still like I said, this show top to bottom was incredible. And you have to be able to compete with all that and also remain like competitive, and then also try to bring something new. That's why I do the media the way I do. I want to grow myself, and I want to grow this company the any way I can. And if I'm going to all this media and I'm showing all the world that's like, this is my culture, this is who I am, and I want to I'm the first African-American world champion here in All Elite Wrestling. Let's blast this. Let's showcase everywhere. Let's tell the world that, let's shock the world who don't know, and bring them over here, and like when I was talking to the people, like everybody, the bodyguards and stuff with Floyd, they're like, I didn't know. So this was inspirational to me. This is like a big deal. Like I'm watching, like you gotta understand, there's like little kids that are watching you right now. Like I'm inspired. I know that you're inspiring somebody else, like these kids to get up and do what you're doing. So that goes to show me it's like all the the grinding and just I'm so laser focused on the next thing, the next interview, the next match, the next podcast, the next this, the next TV. I'm kind of forgetting man, that is true. That is happening, but it's hard. Like I don't see it as much, but just nice to hear the perspective of other people, that strangers that I don't even know, just letting me know that that's what's happening out there. So that's what keeps me going, keeps me getting up early, keeps me getting on flights 2 days before I got to even be at TV, not even be in the house. Like I said, I don't even get to sleep in my new house that I bought because I'm too busy building this one.
Any other questions for Swerve?
Hi, Swerve, Mark Oak from Mark Oak Show, 101.5 FM. Shout out from York County, by the way.
Hey.
How you doing? Good to talk to you again. I know you really like to focus on the mental side of professional wrestling. You took care of one guy who's a specializer in that. There's another guy that just showed up tonight, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who seems pretty focused, and I'm sure he's not happy you're holding on to that belt right now. What are your thoughts about possibly seeing MJF down the road?
It's a possibility, and that's the beauty of this whole company. Everything's possible. I know he has some probably unfinished business with what Undisputed Kingdom did to him and Adam Cole. He's probably want to finish up some things, but just goes to show you, I'm not one of the ones you could just walk over and just come at any time, any place, anywhere when you see fit. While you were gone, I was building. And while like I was building, I was making this place a fortress. So you can come in, and I'm not even saying like you can't even challenge for the world championship, but you got work to do. Just like I had work to do. You got work to do. Show me something, because this ain't the same All Elite Wrestling from when you left. World's End, just that 3-month span from World's End to like even like to Dynasty, this company made a major shift in a lot of different ways in front of your eyes, and y'all are seeing it. Y'all are talking about it every single week. You know, I like the fact that I get to sit up here, just me sitting up here next to like Tony Khan and Hiroshi Tanahashi, legend himself. Like that goes to show you the shift. Now it's up for Maxwell Jacob to figure out where he fits in this right now, because I'm not going to make it easy.
Good choice of words.
All right, last question here for Swerve.
Last month you announced the Pressure Ones. Any update on when those are going to come out?
Very soon. Working on some trademarks, but we got to have an answer to you. Yep. That's the one you should be asking over there. That's the man. Yeah. So like, but we got a huge system and a huge amount of support behind it. And, you know, we want to do it proper, and we don't want to like bring it out to like have to pull back and excite the fans. It's just like, take it away. We want to make sure when it's out and ready to go, it's in your hands just the same way it's in mine. So we want to do it one time only. Yeah.
Well, Swerve, congratulations on tonight. So proud of all of your accomplishments. Go out there and celebrate.
Hey.
Whose house?
Oh, that was
weak. Whose house? Whose house?
Congrats.
All right, now we will open up the floor to Mr. Tony Khan and Tanahashi-san.
That's right. I can't do the solo tone zone because I got jumped in the gorilla position today. So
How are you feeling, by the way?
Well, I'm very fortunate to be okay, and I'm very fortunate to have a good friend like this who wants to make sure I don't get jumped again. I think AEW and New Japan will be fighting each other in a lot of the matches at Forbidden Door, but there's a lot of times we stand on the same page too. Very grateful to the AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. Very grateful to Tanahashi-san for being here this weekend with AEW, and very grateful to all of you. And now we can take your questions. Hey.
Hi, Tony. Amy Nemedy with WrestleJoy. First, congratulations on celebrating 5 years and an incredible show. So I'd like to know what your thoughts were with Anarchy in the Arena and the planning that went into that. It was really chaotic, a lot of fun in the crowd. There were so many massive elements between explosions and flamethrowers and stringing Darby Allin up and the Young Bucks super kicking him in the face with thumbtacked Reeboks. It was an incredible end to an incredible show. So I'd like to sort of get some insights on planning that for, you know, your 5-year anniversary. And if it's okay to Tanahashi, I would like to know who you would like to see challenging Jon Moxley for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship after tonight's Eliminator match with Takeshita, especially since New Japan and AEW have been so ingrained in the history with its formation.
Well,
Thank you
if
both.
I may, I think, you know, it's important to note Dominion coming. Jon Moxley will be defending the IWGP World Championship versus Evil coming up at Dominion. And we have a lot of great details about that. And the winner of the Jon Moxley versus Evil match is going to be in a great position going into the Forbidden Door.
Yep.
And very excited for Dominion. It's one of the best events in New Japan Pro Wrestling year in, year out. They're having a great year. I think AEW and New Japan both having a great year, and we'll both have great momentum going into Forbidden Door, whoever is the champion, whether it's Evil or Jon Moxley.
Yep.
Anarchy in the Arena was insane. You know, didn't expect to get dragged into it, but it was a wild night and not the result AEW wanted. And definitely, I am very grateful to the wrestlers that stood up for AEW and to the fans being here for our 5-year anniversary. The Elite are a big part of 5 years of AEW, and it's really a shame philosophically we're so far apart that they would do the things they've done. They have a contract I can't get out of. They have really pushed us, pushed me personally, pushed AEW really far, but they also were involved in one of the wildest, craziest matches I've ever seen. They were involved in it last year too, and this was different. This was wilder, and I think all three Anarchy in the Arena matches have really delivered for the fans. It was different doing it here at the MGM Grand. MGM Grand, I will say, I'll let everybody inside. I think the MGM Grand's a little bit chiller than T-Mobile. And very chill people here at the MGM Grand. And this was a great place to do the Anarchy in the Arena. I think we've scared the heck out of the people at T-Mobile a couple times now. So this was a lot of fun. MGM Grand, they see crazy shit here all the time. And they were tremendous, but I don't think they've ever seen anything like this here. This was the first Anarchy in the Arena ever at MGM Grand. And it was a great venue. It was a great night. Not the result I was hoping for, but definitely a great pay-per-view and a crazy, crazy way to end the night. Anarchy in the Arena, despite the Elite going up in the end. Thank you.
Hey, Tony, Adrian Hernandez with Unlikely, and I think the biggest surprise of tonight was the return of MJF, the homegrown talent, on the 5-year anniversary of Double or Nothing. Could you speak on that process of whether it was a re-signing or contract extension, but having him back here in AEW?
Well, it's great to get MJF here in AEW for the long haul. It was something that coming out of World's End, obviously his future was uncertain. He was beat up physically, I think, after some of the things that had happened with Adam Cole mentally. And it made a lot of sense for MJF to take the time, and I understood that. And he's a huge part of AEW. He's a former world champion. He's somebody who has been here with us from the very beginning, from the very first match in the history of AEW 5 years ago this weekend. And it's great to have MJF back here in AEW. It was something really special for the fans for the 5-year anniversary on a great night. A lot of great moments on the very first Double or Nothing, and MJF was a big part of it. He was in the first match, and then he got on Bret Hart and insulted Bret Hart, and it was a crazy night. And 5 years later, it's great to have MJF back in AEW. Something special.
Hi, Xenia from XDT. Congratulations on the incredible show tonight. And tonight we had an unprecedented triple main event. So can you talk about what went into planning that and making sure that each of those matches feels equally important, feels like a main event?
Absolutely. Last year we did a double main event. We had the 4-way 4 pillars match for the AEW World Championship, which was MJF versus Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin versus Jack Perry. Darby and Jack actually ended up in another part of the triple main event tonight in Anarchy in the Arena. But last year we had that World Championship match and we had Anarchy in the Arena. That was a great show, and it felt like a great end. And the matches at the end were completely different and both felt really special. And when we signed Mercedes Mone, one of the most famous stars in all of wrestling, a top star and a top wrestler, and when she was getting into the ring with Willow Nightingale for the TBS Championship, I felt really strongly that would be great for a triple main event too. And I'm a big wrestling fan. I love AEW, but I'm also a big fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling and my friends. And it was just over 1 year ago. It was 1 year ago this week that Mercedes last stepped in the ring. And it was 1 year ago this week that she had that match with Willow for the New Japan Strong Championship. And it was obviously a very pivotal night in both of their careers. And we talked about it a lot in the build to this match. And it was something I felt really strongly about, that I think after 1 year out of the ring and the best year of Willow's career, winning that New Japan Strong Championship, winning the Owen Hart Foundation Cup, and then becoming the TBS champion, doing all these great things in that 1 year span while Mercedes was sitting on the sidelines, and knowing that Mercedes has been champing at the bit to get back in the ring and wanting to get Willow back in the ring. And now they're 1-1. I would love to see another match between them down the line. And I thought that with that rivalry and with that story and how important it is to AEW to deliver a great TBS championship match for our network partners, to have a great TBS champion as the face of the Superstation, and to have a great defense for a great champion like Willow and a great debut for a huge, huge star like the CEO, Mercedes Mone, I felt like that would be a really important aspect to the triple main event. And then last year, of course, going into the Anarchy in the Arena, we had MJF, the world champion, wrestling some of our top stars that in that 4 pillars, 4-way world championship match. This year, it was different, but having the world championship match paired up at Anarchy in the Arena, that made a lot of sense to me. Instead of doing the double main event we did last year, I thought with Mercedes and Willow, we could have a triple main event. And also with the slot machine, it made for some cool graphics and great promotional materials for the pay-per-view. And it was different than last year's Double or Nothing double main event. This year felt like a triple main event. Thank you.
Hey, Tony, Rick with Las Vegas Radio. Congratulations on an amazing event today. Expanding on a little what you're saying, you have this amazing female roster that you guys are bolstering right now. Any thoughts on adding a trios or a tag division?
Well, yeah, absolutely. We've talked about that, have talked about a lot of potential additions in terms of championships. I think right now we have some really strong rivalries emerging amongst the World Championship, the TBS Championship, and also with ROH. You can't deny that ROH has great champions now. We just crowned a new Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion in Billy Starks, and her mentor, Athena, might be the best wrestler in the world and is the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. And she is a little beat up herself right now, but she is going to be 100% very soon as we are bringing ROH and AEW to Texas, her home state, and actually Dallas, her home city. So there's a lot of great things happening in AEW and ROH in the men's and the women's divisions. I think it is definitely something that could be very good possibilities down the line, but we're also still really trying to build the depth back to the, I think, the strongest it's ever been. And there was a point All Out 21 where I was coaching the Casino Battle Royale, and we had 21 women in that battle royale, as well as a great Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander championship match. And I think that was top to bottom up till now the deepest the division's ever been. And a lot of the great people from that match have been out or injured for various reasons and not with us. I think we're going to keep getting more and more depth back, and the division's going to keep getting stronger and stronger. I think those are both very interesting championships. I also think something different we could do here that I've had interest in would be mixed tag team championships. And I think we have a lot of people that are aligned. And you said yes and nodded really quickly when I said that, because I think a lot of people would be interested in that too. And that's different than what other major promotions have. And I think that would set AEW apart. So I'm also interested in mixed tag team championships. Thanks for asking.
Hi, Tony. Mark Hoke Show. How you doing?
Hey, Mark.
As you've now hit the 5-year anniversary, I'm curious to hear, as a father of a teenage daughter, what is AEW going to be doing in the future to appeal to kids and college age kids to, bring more youth to the stands? It's a lot of adults out there, and I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are in terms of marketing to kids for AEW.
Well, I really am glad you asked that. I think first of all, we work with some great licensing partners. I'm really very, very blessed to be able to work with Jazzwares, and I think our toy business has done really, really well for us. And I think for me growing up, first of all, my first merchandise and what I played with a lot was toys. That's a part of it. Gaming, we've not just a console game with AEW Fight Forever, which was a really important step for us and has been a great experience for a young company. In addition to toys, gaming, and merchandising, I think there are tons of crossover opportunities. I think this company was born 5 years ago from digital engagement. There was no Dynamite. There was no TV. We sold this first pay-per-view and defied all expectations based on digital engagement, because AEW started the original Double or Nothing 5 years ago before the TV. And I think that's a huge part of how we stay connected with the fans. And I think it's important for us to remember that. Maybe when we go home from this, we can remember how we got started 5 years ago and how much ingenuity there was with no TV. And I think that is something we've put a lot of thought into, coming out of the Continental Classic, the promos in the back and all the digital exclusives, and a lot of the digital exclusives that Renee produces and hosts are really key, I think, to build digital engagement too, which is, in 2024 is going to be the way we're connecting with a lot of young fans. I also think having a lot of popular stars that would appeal to young fans makes a lot of sense. You know, my college roommate and his wife, I was the best man in their wedding, and they were here with their 2 kids today. And they were wearing Swerve t-shirt and a Bruv Will Ospreay t-shirt. And my friend's son, he was recovering from a broken nose and made it to the show. And you got to see another person with a broken nose, Darby, in the back. And that was like, it seemed like it was a really big deal for him. You know, the look on his face, seeing Swerve and Will Ospreay and Darby walking around. Those are cool people. Mercedes Mone, a really cool character that I think has appeal and charisma that would, you know, appeal to people of all ages, including young fans. Timeless Tony Storm is interesting because that is a gimmick straight out of Turner Classic Movies, and probably the fact that I'm doing stuff that you know, is all about Eve and Sunset Boulevard, maybe movies from the 1950s are not like gonna, but you know what? I think it's also some of the best stuff in wrestling, and what's old is new and what's new is old. So I do think Timeless Tony Storm could connect with young fans, even if she's calling upon a time before I was born and before most of us were born. And I think having the best wrestlers and having the best shows is something we can do to stay connected with the young fans. And I think it comes down to all of us. So it's on, you know, the office, the staff, and the wrestlers. And, you know, I think also, in addition to the content, the shows, you know, trying to cross promote, trying to work with the network, you know, I'm really excited, for example, like with Warner Brothers Discovery, they've given us opportunities for pop culture moments in the past. We've collaborated on Shark Week and a lot of major movies coming out of Warner Brothers. I believe we may have something coming up with House of the Dragon again. And that's really exciting for me because the first time around, House of the Dragon was a huge hit. And AEW wrestling fans, a lot of you, because I'm looking around and I know a lot of you are big wrestling fans. A lot of us remember the first AEW House of the Dragon show. It was a promotional event. It was a vehicle to cross promote something else, but it was also a wrestling show done with a lot of love. And Bryan Danielson, Daniel Garcia, and Ricky Steamboat all being involved. I'll never forget it. And it was more than just trying to promote a project for our network. It was a labor of love, and we love wrestling and love trying to appeal to the fans, and hopefully doing things like that with House of the Dragon and popular franchises can help us too.
Tony, I just want to jump in here to just talk about being in Las Vegas and some of the pageantry that we got to see tonight. We got to see the showgirls coming out there. We had chants from My Las Vegas Golden Knights. Thank you very much. How did that all kind of come together?
Well, it's, you know, a lot of great things here. Koshe Irby, our COO, it's his first Double or Nothing. Koshe's first Double or Nothing event here in Las Vegas, but he helped us a lot with the city and with the building, and it was a team effort to pull together a lot of elements of Las Vegas, but we were really blessed to have the Golden Knights. We have some very well-connected people here, like Renee, who is a former Las Vegas, once a Las Vegas resident, always a Las Vegas resident. And we had great connections in the market. And, you know, this is, you know, now 5 years minus the years we were in Jacksonville, which were good too. And really, yeah, having the Las Vegas feel on the show, you know, it just sets Double or Nothing apart. And I think it has a different feel than the other shows. You know, we started with Revolution in Greensboro, and that was a night I'll never forget. Dynasty in St. Louis, the crowning moment of Swerve, so many great things on Dynasty. And of course, Ospreay versus Danielson, all these things I'm always going to remember. And Double or Nothing, to me, it begins and ends with that first Double or Nothing, seeing Jon Moxley standing on the poker chips to close the night. That moment we knew AEW had arrived, and then for all of us to come back here and, you know, see it all again. It was hard to watch somebody getting the Tony Khan driver on those poker chips, especially now. I got some PTSD, but really 5 years, so special, and great to bring Double or Nothing back to Las Vegas.
More questions from you guys?
Excuse me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, my friend. Okay, well, hopefully, Rocky, will you watch my back while he's gone? Thanks.
I
Rocky's.
got you.
Okay, I'm sorry, Renee. I'm sorry. Well, I didn't want to put you in the line of fire, pal.
Got you.
Okay, hopefully
Yeah.
they'll all keep it very
I'll
professional.
DDT someone.
And the anarchy in the arena, things went crazy.
Tony, I was wondering so for the next 5 years, do you have any like big business goals as far as like maybe trying to perhaps getting talent on ESPN, like more, stuff like that? Or the Meal of the Match show is it's the number one in the last month. It's the most viewed show on the TBS YouTube channel.
Let's go.
Are you trying to are you looking to like sell more shows like that to TBS or maybe other streaming services? Or just curious, like what's like the next step in the next 5 years?
It's a really big year. I think a lot of some of these details, but to peel back the curtain, this is our media rights renewal year, and like a lot of athletes or teams in a big year with a big opportunity, we're all really swinging for the fences here. So it's going to be really important for us. We've been now going on 5 years at Warner Brothers Discovery, and it's been the most amazing relationship. When we started this, something that was really important to me was bringing wrestling back to TNT and TBS, because it really, to the American fans, it is something I grew up on, and it's a tradition that goes back over 50 years, and it had been interrupted for too long. And it's really great having wrestling on TNT and TBS. It just fits like a glove, in my opinion. And I'm really proud that in this great tradition of over 50 years of wrestling on TNT and TBS, I feel much better now.
I'm back.
Okay, I can breathe. I'll be okay. All right, I'll be okay. Thank you. I was worried. I'm nervous without you, my friend.
That was very fast.
Yeah, that was quick. You're the man. He didn't want to leave me hanging out to dry, man. Something would have happened though. I think Rocky would have got my back, and Renee already offered to make sure I was okay. But yeah, I think it's a hugely important year for AEW. Everybody here, we want to create more content. And this past year, Meal in a Match is a great example. Also, Collision, not, less than a year old. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of Collision. And that was a big deal because we went from doing 2 nights a week to 3 nights a week. Also went from doing 3 hours a week to 5 hours a week. It's a massive change. It's a huge step for the roster. And now we put on a lot more great wrestling week in, week out. I'm really proud of what we've been able to do. Recently, we've had some really great ratings momentum for Collision also, which has been awesome. So I really love the expansion. Like I said, Meal in a Match, Collision, there's been a lot of changes. Also, the pay-per-view calendar expanding. This is the first ever year where there was an AEW Dynasty, and it was a home run. It's one of the best shows we've done. And of course, from our first year, Revolution, Double or Nothing, these are tentpole huge events in the history of AEW. And I really believe we're 3 for 3 on great pay-per-views this year. And that's something that we hang our hats on around here. That is our reputation, for better or for worse, is the company that always puts on great pay-per-views. And hey, that's a pretty good thing to have, right? I'll take it. And I definitely thought tonight was a great pay-per-view in the tradition of Double or Nothing, but I want to continue to expand, do new things, go new places. But one thing is, I'm very happy on TBS and TNT. So we'll find out where all the shows are going to live next year. But TNT and TBS have been a great home for AEW, and they're a great home for pro wrestling. And AEW is a great home for pro wrestling. So I think that's why it's a great fit.
Corey Lee with the Wrestling Observer. 2 quick questions. First, is there an injury update on Adam Copeland? It looked like he hurt his leg on that splash, if there's an update on him. And then the second question I have, you did an interview with Justin Barrasso today talking about the rights deal. Obviously, you just were mentioning about WBD. You did mention that the exclusivity window is coming up pretty soon. Do you want to kind of see where the landscape is, or would you want or anticipate that you can get a deal done before that window does close?
Well, I'm not sure. I know we were having great talks, and I'm very blessed to be engaged with the awesome leadership of Warner Brothers Discovery. Mr. Zasloff has been amazing for AEW. Again, like I was just saying, to be able to create new opportunities after several years of being here, and a couple of different great regimes, including the awesome regime that helped us launch this. it's been so refreshing to have Mr. Zasloff come in with a fresh perspective and want more AEW and give us the opportunity to do a meal and a match, give us every Saturday night on TNT for Collision. And I would absolutely love to stay here as long as they would have us. And we're having great talks with them. And there is an exclusive period and we're in it. And I'm very blessed to be having great talks with them in this period. We'll see what happens. But we've been treated fantastic by TBS and TNT. And I'm really very happy working for Mr. David Zasloff. And I hope we can keep doing it for a long time. Yes, and Adam, speaking of the face of TNT, Mr. Copeland, we are checking him out. That was an amazing barbed wire cage match. He has been so awesome for us since he came in, and I am knocking on all the wood and crossing all of my fingers and toes that he is okay. Adam Copeland arriving in AEW, it came at the perfect time for us. What a run he's having. I was hoping he would be sitting here with Tanahashi-san and myself right now. He's really beat up, and I'll cross my fingers and hope he's okay. That would be the best thing for AEW. It was certainly a very hard-hitting pay-per-view, and in particular, that was a really hard-hitting barbed wire steel cage match, and we have a great TNT champion, and we're very blessed to have the Rated R superstar in AEW. Thank you, Corey.
Taking advantage that Tanahashi-san is here in Las Vegas. Forbidden Door has been a huge success with attendance and also with pay-per-view sales. Is there interest on the New Japan side on potentially taking this to Japan instead of just some wrestlers going over there, taking the whole company and having an event that is partnered with both of you guys out there?
It's interesting.
I couldn't understand the 80%. So
it's an interesting idea. It was an interesting idea.
Young wrestlers?
Yeah, I guess the idea of maybe doing AEW versus New Japan in Japan.
In Japan.
Instead of we always do in North America, we've done obviously Chicago, Toronto, New York, doing something different. I believe, if it's okay if I may say, my friend, if we did something, it would not, I think that is a great idea. It's something that would be a great possibility. It would not necessarily be Forbidden Door, though. There's other Forbidden Door. I think we built something really special. I think there's a lot of exciting possibilities. And that would be great for AEW and New Japan. And that could be an exciting next step in addition to what we do here at Forbidden Door, typically in North America, but I mean, we could do Forbidden Door internationally too. So you never know, but I think we've got something really special with Forbidden Door. We could do some more projects potentially too. That's a great idea. What you just said. It's been great having great matches. You know, I thought this was one of my all-time favorite Wrestle Kingdom shows. When I saw Tanahashi-san, with the match he had with Zack Sabre, I thought was excellent. The three-way with Mox and Ospreay and Finlay, fantastic. Bryan Danielson, Okada, fantastic. Naito, just top to bottom, just such a great show. And there's so many great wrestlers in New Japan and in AEW. I think if AEW were to send a big crew to Japan, more wrestlers to do, I think that would be really exciting. And I would love that. That could be Forbidden Door, but it could also be in addition to Forbidden Door.
Thank you guys so much for sticking with us here tonight as we conclude this press conference. What a great show. Tony, congratulations on 5 years. Congratulations.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. It feels like you've been with us from the beginning, and you're a huge part of the 5 years, Renee, and we're all really blessed to have you. Hey, let's hear it for the great host, Renee.
Thank you. Thank you.
You didn't have to do that, and it's a hard audience, Renee, so it shows they really mean it. These are hardened people. I really appreciate you being here. Bless you, Renee. Bless you, Tanahashi-san. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for watching my back. Thank you for watching AEW's back. We're very lucky to have you. Thank you, my
Everybody
friend.
get home safe. Thank you guys.
Thanks. See y'all. Bye, guys. See you guys. See ya.